Hi guys, and welcome to another video. This one we're talking handbag trends. So we're talking what's been hot in 2022, what's going to continue to be really popular in 2023, what types of trends are we seeing, which ones are going to stand the test of time, which ones are a fleeting moment and are gone. So let's wrap it all up for 2022 and see what we think is going to happen in 2023. So let's get going. So let's start with the trends that are happening right now. So number one trend that I'm seeing everywhere is the hobo bag. Now this has been around for as long as I can remember, but a new sort of iteration of it's happening right now. So yeah, I'll put some pictures up on the screen. Chanel have brought out a new, they call it the hobo bag in different sizes. They'd also brought out the Chanel 22, which has been a very divisive um, a design, hasn't it? Some people think it looks like a rubbish bag. Some people, or a bag that you like a PE kit bag. Some people really like it. I haven't jumped onto that trend, I have to say. But yeah, the hobo bag of that slouchy sort of early 2000s, maybe 90s look is really coming back. So I don't think that's going anywhere soon. We can see that YSL have brought out the eye care bag, which I think it's their version of the big slouchy tote bag, but again, it's a bit of a hobo style. So yeah, nice slouchy, all in leather. So it's a little bit different to some of the other totes. Also, LV have just brought out, I think it's called the carry-all, and again, it's in the leather, it's in the on-front leather. I think this one has a zip at the top. But I think that hobo style is, yeah, in various sizes, whether it's a huge version of it or whether it's a smaller version. I think that's here to stay for just now. So another trend that I'm starting to see is drawstrings, and this is so again we've seen this on the Chanel 22 and various other bags, but Dior have now sort of jumped onto that trend with this, and this is a really small bag. It's actually really lovely, and I want to see this in the flesh. So I'm doing a shopping vlog shortly where I'm going to Manchester and I'm going to London. So stick around for those because I'm going to try and get hold of some of these bags and actually do some mod shots and some reviews. So yeah, we'll see if this drawstring catches on. Now, I know there's been lots of problems with the Chanel 22. I don't know how well these are going to be done or whether they're going to continue to have defects, but seems to be a bit of a trend that's continuing, and I'm sure that that's going to go into 2023. Another trend that has been around for quite some time in 2022, and I think we'll see it going forward because it doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon, is the what I would call the half moon shaped bag. So we're seeing this across all of the fashion houses. So Fendi have the Fendigraphy, I think it's called. Um, there's the over the moon bag at Louis Vuitton. There's also the loop bag at Louis Vuitton. And I think it is just that shape. Again, I put some pictures here. But it's just that shape where it's like that crescent moon shape. But also that some of them you can also attach the handles of the top bits together and make it into, I think it's called like a fortune cookie look. So yeah, there's bigger and smaller versions of these. So you can have them as little like bracelet bags or obviously really big shoulder bags. So yeah, I really like the look of these. I just do. I've literally whittled on about the over the moon bag from Louis Vuitton for such a long time. I just like the shape of it. I just think it's a little bit different. I think that half moon shape always lends itself to the other trend that's been around for absolutely ever, and that's like the reissue, the Prada reissue, where the top of the bag is sort of scooped into that moon shape, but the bottom isn't. It's not such a rounded one as say the over the moon bag or the Fendigraphy. Um, but yeah, that style has been, it's like been a Prada staple for as long as I can remember, and Givenchy and Burberry, and I can think of quite a few others that have that shaped bag. And it's, yeah, it again goes back to the 90s, doesn't it, or the early 2000s, that little shoulder bag that just sat under your shoulder with that little scooped shape at the top. Again, that's been around forever. It's not going anywhere. Another trend that's been huge in 2022 is sparkles. Now, I'm not a sparkly person. I keep saying this on my channel. I don't like sparkles. I don't like glitter. I don't like sequins. I don't like bling. However, it's Christmas time and I just thought I would actually enter into the spirit of it And I don't actually mind this. This is from Phase 8, by the way. So the Prada reissue in the sparkle has been absolutely huge this year. And again, it's coming back in different iterations. We've seen some versions of these now in gold. So they all seem to be the silver sparkles. Now we're going into gold, and they're absolutely beautiful. They really are. They're just not for me. Fendi have been huge with the sequins. And again, I put some up here. I've been so drawn to these. I just don't think I can buy one because I just don't think I'll use it. But the huge, the bright colours, the different shapes of sequins, they're just absolutely beautiful. So, yeah, for me, seeing that trend from, just the sparkle and the silver sparkle of Prada, and then going into the Fendi sequin baguettes in the beautiful acid green and the turquoise and the ruby red and the pinks and purples. They're just absolutely beautiful. So yeah, and I don't think they're just for Christmas time. I think they've been huge for some time now, and I think they'll just continue to be that way. Another style that's been huge is the puffer style. So we've had quilted bags forever, but now they seem to be more exaggerated, and this has been a trend that's been around for quite some time now. So you've got the Lulu bag, and then you've got the Lulu puffer bag from YSL. So you can see the difference there. They've just exaggerated and make it even more puffy. Mulberry have jumped onto this trend as well. Now, I'm not sure what this bag is called, but I've seen this in the flesh, and I'm literally in love with the mini Alexa at the minute. I know, I need to just buy it. But yeah, the puffer version of the flat bag in Mulberry is absolutely beautiful. So that trend, yeah, in Louis Vuitton, they've got what they call the bubblegram leather, which again is their version of, sort of some quilting, but yeah, it's got obviously the LV monogram embossed, but again, it's a little bit more exaggerated, a little bit more puffy, and we've seen that in the Alma and in the Over the Moon bags. I don't know where this started, but I know that Bottega quite some time ago did their exaggerated cassette bag, so it was like the padded cassette, and again it was that oversized puffiness, just really soft smushy leather. So all of the fashion houses have jumped onto this trend, and yeah, I don't think that's going anywhere anytime soon either. So at the moment there's a lot of bags around that are fluffy or furry or shearling, again exaggerated the sum. I think Dale was looking at one of the baguettes in Fendi that was, it was just like a big fluff ball. It looked really soft and lovely. How practical these are, I have no idea. But for me, I just look and think dust that's still collecting these things. There's a lot of YSL. There's a lot of like natural looking shearlings or shearlings edged with piping, all different types of things. Again, that's been around. It's obviously more of a winter type product, but those fluffy, furry, slightly floppy bags. If you look at the Marc Jacobs bag, the little tote bag in the shearling, it can be like a structured shape, like a little square top handle bag, but again in the sort of furry or fleecy or shearling. So yeah, we'll see that trend die down, I'm sure, as we go into springtime in 2023. However, they're never going to go out of fashion. So are they a trend, or are they just a bigger, more emphasized trend? I think that's where they are at the moment. East-West bags, these seem to be all over as well. So Louis Vuitton did the East-West Petite Malle, which I think Meredith has. Now, I haven't seen this in the flesh, but I just like the Petite Malle. I think it's just beautiful the way it is. I think anything that then is elongated, yes, you're going to get a little bit more, I suppose, room in them. It's just like them trying to do a new iteration of a classic style. So if you've already got the classic style, would you then go for the East-West version? Maybe if you haven't already got one, maybe it's an option, isn't it? So Louis Vuitton have done this with the Petite Malle. They've also done this with the Pochette Métis. Now, Tiana did an amazing review of the East-West pochette Matisse. Now, I think if I didn't have the pochette Matisse already in the classic monogram, and I had the choice of the East West or the classic one, I think I might even look at the East West. But I think those of us have already invested in the classic. I don't think I'm going to go for one that's so similar unless they came out with it in a different leather or a different colour, something that makes it look very different. Also, Dior have done a couple of East-West bags. The Bobby, it makes the access into it a lot easier because that was quite tight at the top in the normal version. And they've also done the Lady Dior, and I don't know if they call it the D-Joy. And I actually really like this one because it sort of gets rid of the things that are really annoying about the Lady Dior for me, as in the access at the top and also the floppy handles. Because on this one, the flap is obviously wider because the opening, the entrance to the bag is wider because it is an elongated style. So it's so much easier to get in and out of. But also the handles on this actually go flat, like flush with the body of the bag. So it means if you do want to wear it crossbody, the handles aren't stuck up or stuck out or in your way. You can actually put them flush to the bag. I think that's a really good adaptation of the Lady Dior. So yeah, for some are hits, some are misses. And also just looking at the vanity cases, these have been a massive trend for some time now, but what I'm seeing definitely in YSL and also seeing in Chanel is a vanity case, but it's got more like a lid top that you then like open up. And again, I'll try and find some photos of these. I did look at the YSL one in Harvey Nichols in Leeds, and I wasn't overly impressed with the feel of it, the quality of the leather. It didn't feel that nice. It felt quite coated, so it made it feel slightly plasticky for me. So yeah, I wasn't overly keen on that, but that style with the top, more like a box lid that then folds over, very structured. Yeah, maybe that's the new vanity case style that's coming out rather than a zip. It's maybe easy to get in and out of. It's like the old box camera cases, that's how I remember them. Okay, nano bags. They're not going anywhere, are they? They've been a trend for how long now? Definitely all of 2022. I've never bought a nano bag. I just don't see the point. I just don't. I'm a very practical person. I like to be able to carry my things. And the smallest bag I have is the wallet on chain. And for me, that is absolute my limit. Um, I'm not going to use it as a charm on another bag. I just don't really see the point of them, but they are everywhere. Every single fashion house are doing them. Even Mulberry are doing the nano versions of the Bayswater. There's a lot of craftsmanship goes in them and a lot of work, so they are expensive. And I understand that they're probably so fiddly to make and so intricate that the time that they take to make justifies the price of them. But for me, yeah, it sort of doesn't, because the amount of times that you can use it or what you can use it for. No, and for not much more, you could have a proper proper handbag. So yeah, this trend has never been for me, although I love them. They're so cute, they're lovely, but no, not for me. Also, there's been a big trend in 2022 of the more boxy tote bags. So like the On The Go from Louis Vuitton, like the Fendi Sunshine Tote. Also, this started with the book tote, the Dior book tote, but the Louis Vuitton version, the Fendi version, has made it into like a double-handled, easier, more practical version. Fabrics, and then the Marc Jacobs tote bags. So they've been a lot more square. And then we've seen also a trend of then shrinking those into the sack plat type of bags and the smaller Fendi bag that's more sort of elongated. So yeah, I think that they may die a death. We'll see, because all the newer ones that are coming out, say the YSL I Care and the Louis Vuitton Carry-All, they're a little bit more slouchy, a bit more less structure, less boxy. So we'll see what happens to ones like the On The Go and the Fendi Shopper Tote. If you just go and have a look on the Chanel website, and I'll put some pictures here, you can see the trends all in one place there. So there's lots of Hobo bags, there's lots of mini bags, micro bags, nano bags, and a lot of them are the collector's items. So there's a Formula One collection, so there's handbags that are like helmets, and there's also lots of beading and intricate arty sort of designs in Chanel at the moment. So yeah, they're not very useful bags at all. They're not practical, but they're very beautiful and very colourful. And that comes on to the other trends that I can see across the board when you look at any of the websites of any of the big fashion houses. It's colour, art and texture. That's what's coming across on all of them. It looks like all of the fashion houses for their bags are using tweeds and fabrics and embellishments, beads, sequins. There seems to be a lot of embroidery, um, just beautiful colours and designs. There's a lot of bright colours. Fendi have gone for the acid greens and the purples and quite vivid and in your face colours. Dior tend to be a little bit more subdued, and they've gone for more of their fabrics and different colours within their embroidery on a lot of the Lady Dior bags. If you look at the Dior book totes, there's so many different fabrics and colours and designs and embroidery, embellishments. They're absolutely stunning. There's some beautiful mini Lady Dior's, again, heavily beaded, heavily embellished. There's a lot of that. Chanel website, colour everywhere, sparkles, just like disco colours, and yeah, different ombres. There's a lot of colour and texture and art going on. Louis Vuitton, just look at the Capucines range and all the new collection that's just come out, the different arty ones. They've always done those, but they seem to be doing a lot more of these, a lot more collaborations with fashion designers and other designers like artists who are then collaborating and pushing a lot of colour and design onto the bags. So there's a lot of artwork that I can see. So what we're going to see going forward in 2023, well, I don't think the fabrics, the artwork, the embellishment, that's not going to go anywhere. We're going to keep seeing that for some time. I think the Hobo bags are here to stay. I think, yeah, the bright colours, the fabrics, the embroidery, all those things are here to stay. Well, what I think we're going to see is a continuation of what we've already got. I don't think there's anything massively new coming out. All the things we're seeing are reiterations of classic or already on trend styles. So the East-West trend is just a reiteration of the bags that they already have. The embellishments and the fabrics and the art designs, they're still using the Lady Dior bag or the Capucines bag or the Fendi baguette or the peekaboo. They're still the classic designs, and it's a new reiteration of them. I don't think we're seeing a lot of innovation in the actual bag styles. There's a drawstring trend that looks a little bit different. As I say, we've already had the Chanel 22, which was a different style, so that's just carrying on. So yeah, what we're seeing is new versions of the same things. So is that they're running out of ideas a little bit? There's only so many styles of bag that you can actually design, isn't there? But yeah, Louis Vuitton have just brought out the side trunk that I'm incredibly interested in. And yeah, for this one, for me, it is a little bit different because it's sort of based on the trunk, which we've seen a million times at Louis Vuitton, and we love it. It's a classic. So the petite malle or the actual trunks themselves, the suitcases, the horizon cases, all of those. But this has then added the softness of the canvas bag to that. So it's got the trunk side end to it, so some structure at the ends, but then it's really soft and smushy in the middle. So yeah, is that something that we're going to see a little bit more of? That juxtaposition of the structured versus the soft. We will see, won't we? I think all of these things, it depends how well they do. Everyone keeps saying that bigger bags are coming back, like with the eye care and the Chanel, the new Hobo bag in the line, the Louis Vuitton in the new carry-all. The Nano bags are going nowhere either, so I still think that the smaller bag trend is going to stay. We don't need to carry as many things anymore, do we? We don't carry cash anymore. So, we hardly ever do. So I think we're learning, actually, you don't even need a card case sometimes. If you've got your phone, you've got Apple Pay, that's it. So yeah, I think the nano and smaller bag trend will continue. I think we will see sparkles lose their sparkle as time goes on. And I think obviously the shearling, that is a seasonal thing as well. And we'll see what else is coming out. I think there's a lot of bright colours, a lot of artwork, a lot of abstract, a lot of fabrics, a lot of embellishment, and I don't think that's going anywhere anytime soon. So I think we've covered most things. I think all the fashion houses have gone big, embellished, colourful, textured fabrics, big quilting, oversized, puffer, exaggerated, sparkles. There's been a lot of quite big designs. So we'll see, I think we'll see that continue. There hasn't been anything groundbreaking. I think there's a lot of reiterations of previous bags or previous classics. So, and I think that will always continue, won't it? Because once they've got that classic design that everybody loves, how do they keep pushing that out? They've got to just change it, because once we've all got a classic, we're not going to keep buying the same thing, but just in a different colour, for example. So they need to come with new versions of these classics, because you're not going to keep reinventing the wheel, are you? So, yeah. So I think we've covered most things that I think might be happening in 2022, and as we go into 2023. It'll be interesting to revisit this video in a few months' time, or even a year's time, and do a recap and just see what trends have come through in 2023 that we didn't know about. And if you're interested in any of my what's out at the moment, watch this one. I'll put it here. This is my shopping vlog, so we can see what's out right now. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on another one.